is private banking and what does that black card mean? In this episode, I briefly explain what private bankers do and what you as a client should expect from your banker. The primary role of your private banker is to partner with you to create, maintain, and protect your wealth. So in all honesty, if you're not having these conversations with your banker, then you may need to revisit your bank's value proposition. Also note that your banker works in a team and all team members have a specific role. So make sure that your banker explains all the roles in the team so that you know the bank's model and that you have a great relationship with your bank. So, what does a private banker do, right? So, number one, you must have that conversation. You must go through that diagram that I went through. They must understand your financial position. They must understand what you're trying to achieve, And remember, the bank only gives you the tools and the products for you to be able to achieve your goals. So once you understand those products and what they can do for you, then you are able to capitalize on that. So what did I do as a private banker? What I need you to understand is that I worked in a team. So it was me, and I had a private banker assistant or private banker analyst. So they were like, I don't want to call them assistants because they're not really, she was not my PA. She was a private banker, but she was office-based, whereas I was on the road most of the time. But now I'm talking about the model where I used to work. So they may be different in different places. And then we had a service suite. I was surrounded by specialists. So I worked with a financial advisor, a wealth banker, the short-term insurance consultant, fiduciary specialists, portfolio managers, and so forth. So when I had like my conversations with clients and I have identified what it is that my client needs, I would bring in a specialist and we would go maybe have a second meeting with a client because I would have identified maybe needs and bring in whoever I needed to bring in. So we worked like a team. And what I generally did, my assistant and I, every single day, I would open my scorecard, the KPA, to see where I am and what I need to achieve. So that was me. I worked on the things that will make me money. The focus was the money, because if you have a high scorecard, you get a better salary increase and you get a better bonus. I was chasing money myself. Now, there are different types of bankers depending on which level, and I don't even know what the models are at other banks. I only know of the two, but they keep changing because they keep refining the processes, right? So I wouldn't focus on the things that, I wouldn't do the things that were not on my scorecard. So what I mean by that, if a client needed a statement, for example, all banks have this infrastructure where you can get everything online, right? If a client called me for a statement, I would transfer them to the service suite, or I would tell them to get the statement online. So you find that a lot of clients treat their private banker like a personal assistant. And I don't mean this in a bad way, because the bank really gives you all the platforms for you to be able to access these things. So I personally used to tell clients that I don't have access to the system of statements. Well, in one bank I did, but I used to tell them that I didn't, because I don't want to waste time trying to find statements and send them to a client, because that's not really what my role is. My role was to be on the road, to be having these conversations on how you get richer. So if you're a banker, be very clear on what your KPIs are and really stick to them, but you must also build relationships with each and every single one in your team. Like, internal relationship management is just as important as the external relationship management with your clients. So, what did I miss here? Nothing. So, I'm actually at the end. I want to conclude with the fact that private banking gives you the tools, or rather the products, for you to become wealthy, right? And this is basically what the black card means. You are in the wealth segment, and forgive me because I didn't explain this earlier. I've been talking about my role in private wealth. I know like I said, there are levels of private banking, but whatever level you are at, even if you have a platinum card, or even if you have a gold card, you have access to everything that I've discussed today, but it's not as structured as it is in private banking. Like the added benefits that you get with private banking, like, your airport lounge and airport lounge access, all these things that people, people aspire to be in private banking because of these other added benefits, and they're actually just 5% of the package, and they're just there to make your life easier. So a lot of research has been done about a day in the life of a private banking client. So what they've done is they've found, obviously, you find that most of their clients travel for business, so wouldn't it be nice for them to have access to airport lounges, So like I said, they're all nice to haves. Wouldn't it be nice? The only answer, wouldn't it be nice? This is all that I want to touch on today, and generally what a private banker and a private bank does for a client. I hope I haven't missed out anything, and I hope I was clear enough today, because it is a lot, but I really need you to get this relationship, understand this relationship that you need to have with money, and to also take control. Take control. Now I feel like you'll know what to expect from your banker and what to expect from your private banker. But like I say, as the episodes in future episodes, we'll discuss some of the things that I've discussed today in depth. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like, share, comment, and ask questions. I'm ready for you. And please don't forget, the power's in your pocket.